Oh, Feliz Namukananos.
Yeah.
I can't stand y'all.
Namas is insane.
Yeah, you gonna go viral.
I can't stand y'all. I ain't
I've
saying
been
nothing
waiting.
else.
Oh,
We
we
love
going
you, Tracy.
viral off of that one
I
right
don't
there.
blame you, Tracy. I
I'm not
won't say
saying
nothing else
anything
to them
else.
either.
I've been waiting for 2 weeks for the show to come back. Say.
You've been wanting to stay there for a minute.
I love it so much. I love it so much. And everybody here in California also loves it as well. But welcome back to the
Oh my God.
How y'all doing?
Wow. Great.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I know you're glad to be back on the West Coast.
Yes, your girl was down in New Orleans and it was not fun at all. 0 out of 5 stars. Do not recommend.
Do
to
not
go
recommend.
in August. Is the worst. It is absolutely hard. Do not recommend. I don't know why they do Essence Fest in July.
Yeah.
Oh, it's worse.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
awful.
it's way more people, like double the population in the heat. And then on top of that, do not let it rain because at that point it's going to start smelling something horrible. So
Yes.
it is
And it
worse.
always rains. It always rains. So you saying don't let it
And
rain.
no
is futile.
parking. It's like if you're not at the hotel where you can walk wherever you need to walk to, you're gonna be kind of messed up. It's miserable.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
It's really, I mean, I love New Orleans. But when I tell you that next morning when I got up and went to go get me some breakfast and the smell will give you a stomach ache. And you just be like, what's going on the streets of Bourbon that got it smelling like this? It's just all kinds of just mixed together and permeated.
But it strangely it may sound strangely may sound it is only on Bourbon Street. Like you can go to other parts of the city and you don't have that experience. Yes. But for some reason, I don't know. I don't even have an answer for it. I don't think they have an answer for it, and they live there.
Let's go ahead and get to the show. It's been 2 weeks, but I do want to, before we get started, shout out to the Team USA Paralympians who have really been and all the Paralympians, honestly, who've been putting on quite a competition in Paris. I mean, some of the stuff I've been seeing, I'm just like, how?
Oh, yes, Lord.
How do you do that?
I can't even do that with no disability.
Correct.
And I'm not saying I'm like some major. I'm just saying it's amazing how your brain can overcome like certain, absences on your body, like the absence of certain limbs, and you're able to. That's amazing.
I saw a dude yesterday. I think his name is Tabansky. He shot a bull in the archery competition. He doesn't have any arms. He shot a bullseye. Now, it's one thing to shoot inside the yellow, which is a perfect 10. He shot literally the middle of the target as perfect as you can get. And I'm like, how?
With his toes?
With his toes. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, with them toes.
I mean,
now that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It is. I fell going down the stairs leaving my house yesterday, so I don't even know how.
It's amazing how lazy we are with all our limbs.
Yeah,
most definitely.
The tandem like track meets where the guys are like blind and running next to someone.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's like using all. When I say all of their senses, man.
Yeah.
Perseverance. Straight perseverance.
Absolutely. Yeah. So kudos to them. I wish that the Paralympics got the same amount of coverage that the regular Olympics do. But I guess shout out to Peacock and CNBC. That's where I've been watching it. So if you are all interested, that's where you can watch the Paralympics. But let's get to it. College football season is back.
Roll Tide.
We tired ready.
Speaking of Roll Tide, Kalen DeBoer era in Alabama has begun. A 63-0 rout of Western Kentucky. Jalen Milroe accounted for 5 of Alabama's touchdowns, 3 passing, 2 rushing. Finished the night with 200 yards pass. I mean, it seemed like Alabama, they were so efficient on offense. They were literally like 3 plays, score. 3 plays. Like it was, they didn't run very many plays because they were scoring literally on every drive.
Yeah. And people say, well, it was Western Kentucky. But the other thing, too, is that the offense was so fluid that they literally had to stop. And they said, okay, hold on. We're going to let some other people touch the green and just let them kind of get some experience. That was really kind of his halftime speech almost. Well, I think it was at the close of the game. But just to kind of let them get their feet wet, to be out there. And so you saw the entire line change like midway through the second quarter because they had 40-something points in the first quarter. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
It was
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the number 1. Ryan
Williams.
Yes. A Mobile native. Showing out.
What high school did he go to? Do y'all know?
Saraland.
Oh, Saraland. Okay.
Yes,
All
they
right.
say he's the youngest
17.
SEC player to score a touchdown.
That's amazing.
And he scored 2, right?
And he don't turn 18 until February. Big dog. He's running over 21-year-olds.
Yeah. He already doing the Heisman pose.
I know, right?
Ain't that something?
I mean, it's awesome to see because, I think there were a lot of transfers after Coach Saban retired. So to see them come out, to see Kalen come out and coach the game that he coached. I mean, yes, it was against Western Kentucky. But I thought it was a pretty good debut for him. What did y'all think?
I think Milroe, I think for KD, I think it was a really good debut for him. I think it kind of took a little bit of the angst off. Now people can kind of be like, oh, okay, this is similar to what we would have seen happen at the start of a Saban season, right? But I think for Milroe, I think a lot of people were like, oh, he's not getting off the line. He not hitting wide open receivers. There were a couple of different questions I had on offense, if I can be 100% honest, just from the offensive side. I was impressed, but I saw him still kind of trying to figure his groove. It was the first game, but I want this to only happen against Western Kentucky and no one else. Where you're missing your wide open receivers. I really need them to start gelling a little bit on the offensive end because there was some big hits. And for you to have a monster like Ryan Williams, like we got to use that.
Yeah. I think he's going to have a little bit of time to kind of get his sea legs. We have a couple. I mean, the next 2 games are easily winnable. I mean, obviously that big game is going to be on September 28th against Georgia. That's going to be the one and that's an early test in the season, the 4th game of the season. So I'm interested to see how they handle these next 2 games. But SEC wise, let's stick in the SEC. Brian Kelly nearly broke. Oh, sorry.
I just want to say now, remember, South Florida gave us a run for our money. So while we are hoping that this is something we just win, breeze on by like the wind, let's not go in there too cocky because we definitely almost lost that game last year.
Oh, well, no. I mean, there's definitely these next 2 games are traps if they're not prepared. I mean, Wisconsin. I don't think Wisconsin has beat us in a long time, but
when last time they played the Badgers?
That's what I'm saying. We haven't played them in a very long time. So that could be one of those that could sneak in and be more difficult than we are anticipating. So that's why I said these next 2 games are winnable, but we should really see more of his coaching in these next 2 matchups before we get to that Georgia game. But I want to get to last night's game. LSU lost in that 2-minute drill at the end of the game against USC. Coach Brian Kelly called it unacceptable.
That's all he said.
You know, in Death Valley, they lost.
Wow, that's all. That's almost unheard of, especially for a season opener and in Death Valley. It's hard to win anything in Death Valley, but definitely a season opener.
Well, that has been the trend for LSU. They've lost their past 5 season openers.
In Death Valley.
In Death
not
Valley.
all of them,
but they last 5 starts. And the one thing that they have problem with, and they've been having problem with for the last 3 years, is closing. They cannot close out a game, and I don't understand that. They played, they got ahead. All they had to do is close the game, and it was just amazing. I don't know what the defense coordinator. First of all, I don't know what the offensive coordinator was doing before they turned over the ball, because quite naturally, they was driving the ball down the field, and then all of a sudden, it seemed like they just choked. So now the defense get out, and all they have to do is stop them, right?
Yeah,
they didn't stop them the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah,
they did not. It's amazing. They stopped them the entire fourth quarter. And then 2 minutes left in the game, and they choked. I'm like, I'm finna turn this because I'm not even an LSU fan like that. So let me turn this TV before I just
my blood pressure high for nobody.
For no reason.
Nobody, yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. They had 421 yards of offense. They controlled time of possession the whole game. And for like you said, it was literally just a collapse that 2-minute drill, which USD ran to perfection. I mean,
them in the ground.
They couldn't stop them. They couldn't stop them.
And crazy. I want to say this: USD came with a game plan. They played them. They stayed with them the entire game.
Move over to a game that we saw on Friday. Number 1, Georgia handing Clemson their largest defeat in 10 years as the Tigers continue their downward trajectory, which I ain't even gonna front. I love to see because I do not like Dabo.
Dabo gonna need a job by half
Dabo gonna need a job, but that was on Saturday. That game was Saturday.
That's right, Saturday.
We have had this long extended holiday, so it definitely felt like on Friday for you. I get it. But that game, Dabo's gonna need him a job if he's gonna be finishing this season that way.
Yes.
And that conversation about Dabo was in the running for Alabama game, and he had this big clause that he could almost go anywhere but Alabama, and he would lose part of his payout, or he'd be penalized something off his pay. I forget. You guys remember that conversation last year when Saban retired? And it's just like nobody sent for you. We was not asking for y'all to go get him. Leave us alone.
When we let him go, about 9 years ago, we was done with Dabo when he left Alabama as one of the.
I would think we were done with him before he came.
I was about to say, I never been on the Dabo train. I can't stand him. I literally can't stand him. I hate him. But I want to bring up some controversy because I don't want to say I hate him. That's harsh, right?
I know, that was harsh.
God don't like people. He don't like people like that. I strongly dislike him.
Okay.
But did y'all see Miss Ex-Falcons, Mr. Roddy White? Did y'all see what he said about Clemson and their loss?
No, we didn't.
Roddy White, Atlanta Falcons Ring of Honor inductee. He said that Clemson got way too many white dudes on the field on offense.
Oh, he did.
Let me tell y'all something. That is so Atlanta. That is so Atlanta. When I try to explain this town to people, we just need a post Roddy White statement. Because guess what? That is on brand for what's going on. Is that he? Shoot, I couldn't get my words out. Kirk Kirby Dumb had to get Kirby Smart because he was headed in the wrong direction when he got to Georgia too. Let's talk about it. And
and Georgia Tech has seen it.
Georgia Tech, and then that's part of our gripe have been with Clemson is that they had that one token brown kid, to kind of control their entire offense, and then
that's right.
Voila.
Yeah.
He said, Roddy White went on to say that you mean to tell me that you only got one black dude out there making plays? That's a recruiting problem. And why is that a recruiting problem?
Nobody ain't trying to go to Anderson and be number 2. They're like, oh, well, it ain't but one over there. Nah, I'm straight.
You gotta think now.
But kids are going on these tours and they checking out these schools and these cultures. Culture is a big thing. And you get on these campuses and you realize that you're about to be at one in a nobody ain't trying to do that. What you mean? Football is dominated by minorities. Why would I ever want to reverse? I'm talking about goodbye. Get somebody else to do it. I ain't staying there for this. Are you crazy?
So a little personal anecdote about that team. So they their football team actually came on campus in the off season during the summer. Remember I posted about it. They gave me a hat and I was like, I don't want this.
Not getting more.
Yes.
Yeah. Not happening.
I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? But 2 black guys that I saw there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big no for me.
And there was about, I want to say like 25 of them there, and there was only 2.
On a football team, or was this rugby?
It wasn't the whole football team, but no, it was the football.
I guess it was this rugby.
No. But I was like, well, is it because of like, I don't know, are they not interested in the communications? But I'm just gonna tell you right now, from working around sports programs, especially college ones, most of the football players are in communications. They usually have communications degrees, right? And so when I only saw 2 of them, I was like,
okay. Side-eye.
Okay. I wanted to hit on something. We'll just say Notre Dame beat Texas A&M. Child, I don't care. But congratulations to Notre Dame's coach.
Yes.
Mike Elko.
Yes, Marcus.
Mike Elko.
I did not realize.
Hey, Mr. Freeman.
No, go ahead.
Oh, you cheesy.
Yeah, she's so messy.
Come on, girl.
She is so messy. She catch everything. Come on, girl.
I'm sorry, she a little cheeky. I didn't realize that they like independent. They're not in a conference.
No, did I see that right? They've never been in the conference.
Okay, I saw 2 other teams. That is it true that there are 2 teams in the Pac-12? Am I missing something when I was looking online?
Girl, Pac-12 got by 6 teams. I swear.
I was about to say. That brings us to what my next topic was, that you saw Texas and Oklahoma make their SEC debuts. You literally, the existence of conferences now is just, you only really have 2 at this point.
Yeah.
Well, we got ACC, SEC, and the Big Ten.
In the Big Ten, no. That's it.
That's what it says.
Yeah, you got a Big Ten.
But I don't
the Pac-12 ain't a Pac. The Pac-12 ain't Pac-12 no more. They just got a 6-pack. They don't have a 12-pack.
No, they ain't got no 12-pack. They got a 2-pack when I looked online.
2-pack.
It was a 2-pack. My computer could have been wrong. I don't know.
They don't. Let me see. I forget. I was gonna do it, but in the Pac-12 now, because USC left the Pac-12. Yeah, they only got 2 schools.
Yeah,
Oregon State and Washington State.
Who you said? Oregon State.
Oregon State and Washington State are the only 2 Pac-12 teams left.
I tell you, the Pac-2 is what they need to rename it to.
But let's talk about some other football, Chris. What we got?
Are we ready for some football? Woo!
Are you?
NFL. NFL. I'm ready.
Parton.
I am ready, and I hope it be more interesting this year than it was last year, because last year kind of worried me. I don't think
you got allergies.
Yes, I got allergies, and this eye right here just all of a sudden just started wanting to do what they want to do. But
What?
Go ahead, Tracy. What you got?
Oh, I don't have anything. I was messing with your eyeballs.
What? Oh my God, what's going on here? What? Is this real? What's going on?
What?
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, but I want to say I like the fact that my boy did get his money from Jerry Jones.
Yes.
I like that. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I like that they
CD Lamb.
Yeah, CD, they gone ahead and they went on and hooked the old CD Lamb up with his so fine, good looking young man self. I like that. I like that for him.
Well, you and Miss is feeling spicy today.
They are feeling some kind of way, aren't they?
Ooh.
To here. Woo. Feeling a little spicy.
Dallas gave CD Lamb his money, but what's the deal with Cincinnati? They still holding on to Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
He ain't got his old boy ain't got his money yet. And the season about to start. But I can't wait.
Get it. He gonna get his money because when they lose a couple of games, they're gonna be like, hold on. They're coming to a decision.
Yeah, because they
I mean,
Joe Burrow.
He didn't go to practice today. They better figure out because Joe Burrow ain't gonna have nobody to throw to.
At all. He's gonna be throwing to the fans in the stands and the man with no hands.
I think Jerry Jones had a serious conversation with someone concerning CeeDee Lamb because you know that he went totally like he took Dallas out his social media pages. Like he was just like, okay, we want to play this game. I tell you what, bam. And so, and after then, boom, he got his money. Probably like 2 weeks later, he got his money. So maybe he got to have to make a statement, you know?
Oh, yes.
But it shouldn't have took that doggone long because there's a lot of teams that can actually use him right about now. But the funny is they capped. They ain't got the money to actually give him that he wanted.
Yeah.
But hey, come Thursday night, what y'all take? What y'all think about that doggone Thursday night game coming up? Baltimore and the Chiefs. Hey.
I'm gonna tell you something. The Ravens gonna come out, put on the show like they always do, and everybody gonna get excited. Oh, the Ravens, they gonna be contenders this year, and
then what you call them, Melissa? Twisted Britches. Twisted Britches gonna start crying, and they're gonna hand him the game.
Twisted Breeches is insane. I'm not ready for that again this year.
Yeah. They're going to give Twisted Breeches the game, of course, because everybody's prediction is, he's going to be the MVP. He's going to be, okay then.
Let's go on with this NFL.
Which game on a lighter note?
Which game y'all looking forward to this first week on the NFL? Let's start with Sean.
I'm ready for
a lot to talk about.
I know, right? I'm ready for Philly and Green Bay.
That's Friday night. That's Friday night.
I think that's going to be a pretty good game to see Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts.
And if there's no other team in the league that I hate, Green Bay Packers is literally at the top. It's like top 5. So I would like for them to scorch the Packers. Burn them. Give them butt burn.
Oh, you want to make them cheese? That cheese just melt on down, huh?
Yeah. What's starch?
Don't play with me. You know how you scorch the paint. You know what I meant. Your mama say it all the time. Don't play with me.
I ain't laughing face. Oh God. Nope.
You know,
man, y'all crazy.
Skirt.
All right, Shane, what game you looking forward to?
I want to see the Steelers Falcons. I think the Falcons might be a little problem this year, and I'm interested to see Russell Wilson under Coach Tomlin. I'm interested to see what they do. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty good game.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
keep
I think
posting
so.
him and what you call it, side by side, the quarterback and his backup, and I'm like, ooh, why they keep playing on my boy's top like that?
I don't know why.
What about you, Missy? What
Wow.
game you looking forward to?
I'm gonna say all of them because I'm just excited for football. Hey, I just want to see something. I'm sure my children want me to see something other than
Tennis. Yes.
Yeah.
You see who this is on my t-shirt, right?
Cannot.
I
Y'all can't
cannot.
tell who this is?
No, I thought
No.
it was a cartoon character.
Yeah, I thought it was Arthur's son. What is that?
It's Serena. Oh my God.
Oh God.
No, we can't see it. It's not a. It looks like a paint splash. Honestly,
Yeah, we cannot see that. I thought that was Arthur. That don't look like
honestly,
Serena.
but
Who is
yeah.
Arthur? Oh my God, Chris, take it away.
Maybe
I don't
she
even
was
know who
saying
Arthur is.
Okay, Tracy. Tracy, what game you looking forward to for this first week of NFL?
You know I want to see what Jalen Hurts gonna do.
Big dog. Oh, big dog coming through.
Okay.
Can't wait. Let's get into this W. Yeah, I am so addicted to the W. I literally watch like 3 games at a time. It is, I don't know. I love women's basketball. This year has been super, super exciting, but the return after the half, I'm just uber disappointed. Uber disappointed in Chicago. Can't figure out how to pull a win together. We definitely got some stuff going on with our lineup. Kennedy Carter's been out. I mean, that's our ball handler. Somebody said health and mental health reasons. Then I heard COVID and just so many other things. It's like we don't even know we're gonna get her back. Angel has been trying to put the team on her back. Camila Cardoso has stepped up tremendously since the half. I will say she's playing real tough. That game against Las Vegas was incredible. She definitely gave Asia Wilson a run for her money. But just the W is, I spent my time in Chicago because I had to go to the biggest ticket item in WNBA history, biggest ticket game, excuse me. That was the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever. Flew in to see the game. The atmosphere was incredible, but the closeout of the game was trash. It was absolutely trash. They had a post-game thing greeting with the team. I was not interested. I was still very disgusted and very much ready to come back to Atlanta. But how do you guys feel about what's going on in the W right now? Hoo-hoo. Give it to me.
They probably should have ended their season right before the Olympics, probably. Because nobody has done anything. You're probably the only person I know that's watching them.
And still
traveling around the world.
Hard. Yeah.
I love
the
baby.
Still watching the games.
It's like they went to sleep though.
Yeah.
Well, I will say now, that game, first of all, those tickets for that game were crazy. Let's talk about it. So I don't think that people have gone to sleep and forgot about them. I will say, obviously, the Fever fans travel really well. And I think Las Vegas had their first game the other night that was not a sold out crowd. So I will say that I don't think that the excitement has worn off. I just think people are really ready for it to hit that stride for the playoffs to just kind of see what's going on. Chicago is about to give up the butt. They ain't about to be in the playoffs at all, playing the way that they are. Dallas is making a comeback. LA and Washington ain't really hitting on too tough to be talking about getting in the playoffs, but Chicago is about to lose their seed to Atlanta. So Caitlin Clark is playing hot. I mean, as much as a lot of the coverage and stuff on her frustrates me, she is definitely in a rhythm and a groove. The offense is literally flowing like butter. Definitely want to, hats off to them for the way that they use those 5 weeks off to really gel as a team. I mean, that is incredible the way that they have returned in the second leg of the season. So, I ain't even gonna be no hater like that. I think that they are playing lights out. Go ahead. What's up, Shane?
I was going to say, I think it's interesting. And I think all the people who are making such a big stink about her not being on the Olympic team are probably eating their words right now, because it was clear that her not being on the team and being able to be back here stateside with her team and have them get together and gel has paid off. They are their first winning record in like 189 straight games. Like they're in the playoffs now. They're on a winning streak.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think with the collapse that we've seen from Chicago, it seems like she's probably going to be a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah,
most definitely.
Well, before this second leg, we already knew what the outcome was going to be just because of the optics. I mean, let's just be clear on that. We already kind of understood it. We tasted that at the top of the season, but the way that Chicago definitely has come unraveled, it didn't give Angel a good case. Now, what I will say is, even in the downfall of Chicago and their season, Angel is still, coming up big. She's still playing lights out, but it's going to take more than her to get a W. And I would just like to vent a little bit of my frustration with the actual organization as a whole. I don't know what they did during their break. It's very evident that out of all the teams, they are one of the teams that was not practicing. I don't know. Nobody can make me believe otherwise. Okay. Even LA got in the booth and started putting down some tracks. Like, I mean, LA has been playing 10 times better than what they were before the half. Dallas got in the booth and really figured out some offense. I mean, they can't stop Dallas right now. They're making a comeback. Atlanta literally got in the gym and figured out some stuff. You got Tina Charles, but Chicago hasn't. And for me, the frustration is with the coaching staff. Their rotation is not fluid. They have no idea what they're doing on offense. People are running around. You had 2 pickups prior to the actual start of the break. You knew that Bantam was coming and Monique and Mariah Jefferson was coming. Did anybody learn any new offense? I mean, it's just super frustrating to watch.
No.
We got 3-4 games left. We'll see.
I ain't gonna do nothing.
Well,
I ain't gonna be bald headed messing with them.
Well, I just want to say one thing about the Angel Reese and the Caitlin little thing about the Rookie of the Year. Angel is still doing her thing, and she's still in the running, and she's still beating Caitlin Clark as we speak. Even though they are winning, and even though Indiana Fever doing their thing, and they have made, and I said that about 2 weeks ago, that Caitlin got into a groove, and now she's like, it seems like she's a better teammate. You get what I'm saying? Like she's playing better with her team. But I don't want to say, because if they lose out, just say if Chicago lose out, right? That does not take away from what Angel has done for the season.
From the beginning.
It does not.
Yeah, and I just honestly think that she can still pull that off.
I will agree with you on that as an individual player, I think that Angel has been more impactful just from a WNBA historical standpoint, right? Because she has been crashing records every other week. I mean, homegirl just surpassed Tina Charles. She just surpassed like 2 other people that I haven't heard about since the late 90s. So I will give her that. As an individual player, her impact is felt. From a individual player that helps the team and the greater good and they're winning, Caitlin Clark got the argument, because Angel Reese teammates ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing enough justice. And I will say, I forgot to mention this the other week, that the way that Marina Mabry is playing in Connecticut is very clear that homegirl was throwing basketball games in Chicago. So I am happy that they let her go. I'm happy that they let her go, because she is a whole different basketball player right now in Connecticut on that offense, doing the things that Marina did prior to this squad in Chicago. She's now doing it again. So the stories and the rumors, I wholeheartedly believe them now, that she was not playing to her fullest potential and there was something going on in that locker room.
And also, Pep Squad, we are trying to reach 200 subscribers on our YouTube page. So go hit that subscribe and that notification bell so you can know when all the new episodes of Pep Talk Pod drop every Tuesday. I was like, what day do we drop? Tuesday. And so you won't miss any of our live shows where we take live comments from our studio audience.
It has just been, the US Open has been great. Even though our Coco and Salon, our Coco is not, she's no longer in the race. But guess what? Novak lost. Carlos Alcaraz lost. Yeah, neither one of them are in the draw anymore. Ben Shelton, he's no longer in the draw. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? all these big names. Only good name that's still left so far that I'm loving is Francis Tiafoe. Big Foe, baby. Big Foe. He has been playing some great tennis, especially since the Cincinnati Open, where he was in the semifinals with Yannick Sinner. And he is now going to the quarterfinals. I can't wait to see him tomorrow play. So awesome, Big Foe. I am super excited to see. I actually want to see him win, to be honest.
Of course,
I really want to see him
we
win.
see.
I think he has the ability to do that.
Yes, I love to see him play. He is so entertaining.
I was about to say entertaining. I think
he can hit some big, he can hit some big balls. I mean, strong. His aces are good. He has a good forehand. I mean, it's just awesome to me.
Francis,
go ahead, Shayna.
I mean, Francis definitely benefited from Popper and taking out Novak in the last round. I ain't even gonna trip. So shout out to him.
Definitely. When I saw, I was like, man, they gonna have to play Novak. Oh my goodness, no, what is going on?
Yes.
But when I
him
saw
taking
that,
him taking out Novak definitely helped. I think that Francis is gonna have to his first serve is gonna have to be big for him in the next round. He comes up against the Yannick Sinner, who is long. And also, we'll talk about me and you're gonna have to talk about that failed drug test a little bit later. But anyway,
I feel like he should not even be there. It's another player that I feel like should not be there, Jack Draper. But hey, I'm not on the committee. If I was on the committee, Jack Draper gone, Yannick Sinner gone. You failed the drug test. I don't care what you put on.
Look at Tracy.
Tracy, let me tell you why I look like that. Because I remember when Serena Williams played and they was hoping she failed the drug test. The amount of times that she had to take a drug test on, I mean, dog near every game she went to play. It didn't matter what country she was in, what city she was in, she had to take a drug test. And they was hoping she failed and she didn't. And these
you're them right there.
They failed. They failed the drug test. And how ironic it is for them to still be on that court in the attention that they're getting. Yes. I don't like it. And from that point, I think they can go to prison behind Patrick Mahomes.
Kermit. Twisted breeches.
Well, so what happens is they have the complexion for protection. And let's just be very clear that we understood the barriers and the walls that Serena and Venus were breaking down. They were literally opening up a totally different avenue for minorities in a untapped territory. There was no one coming before them that set the stage for young Black women, if we're going to be very clear, in tennis. And so how dare you come over to our sport and you start beating up on us like this? Something actually has to be going on because nobody's ever been able to do this before. How dare you? So we have to question your validity and your existence. And like Tracy said, every opportunity it felt like that was given or presented, they took it.
It actually was every single time, regardless of where she was playing. Every single time, I gotta take a drug test. I'm finna go and play in this small match drug test. Like what?
I wanted to go back just a little bit. I wanted to talk about Coco because I felt like Coco for me has had like a disappointing season. Her season wasn't that great. Her she made the semis in the first two majors of this year, but I feel like this grass court, hard court season for her, which are her better surfaces, I feel like she hasn't really been playing well. She had 19 double faults in that loss yesterday. And I was just like, she has got to get that serve under control. I don't know if BG helped her get that first Grand Slam.
That's right.
I don't know if it's time for her to make a coaching change. She's improved in certain areas, like her footwork, her forehand's gotten better, but that serve has really been letting her down, and it shouldn't be because she has a very powerful serve. So I don't know what's going on with her.
You made a really great point. Sometimes it's good to make adjustments when you feel like you've kind of reached your greatest potential there, right? You done kind of tap the ceiling. Sometimes it's better, and that doesn't say that that person is not good. It's just that they have kind of reached the ceiling on where you could go with this person, and it may be necessary to make some adjustments there.
Oh yeah, because he didn't come along though until last year, like the latter part. And she won the Cincinnati Open, and once she won the Cincinnati Open, then she won the U.S. Open, and that's been it.
It's been it.
So, but yeah, sometimes you may have to.
She had a lot of points to defend. Her ranking's gonna tank because she didn't win any tournaments this season.
No,
and that's crazy to me.
Every week,
couldn't pull out a single tournament this year. So I'm a little. I mean, she's still young. So I'm gonna give her that. She's 20 years old, but I mean, she is basically. I mean, I hate to say it, she's kind of the flag bearer for U.S. tennis, at least for Black U.S. tennis players, or even U.S. tennis in general. Because everybody else has been so disappointed.
Oh my God!
I had a question for you guys: Who has ever gone under anesthesia before?
And I thought I was gonna marry my.
Yes, I have. I had to think about it when I got my wisdom teeth. Yeah, so yeah.
I did. I thought I was gonna marry my anesthesiologist. My mom was so embarrassed. This was just a couple of years ago. I was in love.
Were you talking crazy?
Yeah.
She just said she was in love with him. She's in love with her.
Couldn't tell you what the man looked like right now if I tried.
I want you guys to watch this video and just pay attention to everything that is happening in the video because there's a lot going on. You ready for this?
Hit me.
We have no other choice.
Crab legs today.
Oh goodness, I got it.
Because your stomach.
What on my stomach?
Oh, my stomach. Oh, I see this.
Oh, it's still there.
See this.
You still have your stomach, girl. You still
They
have
took my stomach.
Trinity said you can't have crab legs today because your stomach.
Okay.
It's because your stomach.
What on my stomach?
You can have the ribs we have at home.
My stomach. Oh, it's still there.
Girl, you still have it. Trinity said you can't have crab legs today.
Shayna.
It's because your stomach.
What on my stomach?
You can have the ribs we have.
Shayna. You are fired from finding these pictures, these clips. You are not allowed to find another dang on clip.
Somebody said it is nothing more depressing than waking up after you already couldn't eat and realizing that you ain't got no stomach to put nothing else.
I wanted her heart rate monitor as she was realizing that they had took her stomach.
Yes. It was, baby, they was going to have to call the crash card in a minute.
I kept on replaying that because that heart rate monitor just started beep, 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 beep. I said, Lord have mercy, she really thought she had no stomach left.
That baby was finished. She was through dealing. She was upset.
I'm that greedy. I'm that greedy that I'm about to start crying because what did you do with it?
I thought that was so funny. It reminds me of one of my favorite of all time videos. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because it's just so funny to me when people get anesthesia, but
oh Lord.
Yeah, I know. How did it go?
I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
I feel funny.
Kind of felt good, didn't it?
Is this real life?
Yeah, this is real life.
Okay, now I have 2 fingers.
Good.
4 fingers.
4 fingers. No, don't put that in. Don't put it in your mouth. Okay. You feel good?
I can anything.
Yes, you can.
You guys.
Stay on your feet.
I don't feel tired.
You don't? No?
Do I have stitches?
Uh-huh.
Do I have stitches
Yes.
on my teeth?
Yeah. Don't touch it. Don't.
Why can't I touch it?
Because it'll mess up the stitches.
You have 4 eyes.
Yeah.
I feel funny.
Oh.
What's happening to me?
It's okay, bud. It's just from the medicine. Okay?
Is this going to be forever?
No. No, it won't be forever.
Baby, that really took me out.
I was not expecting that.
He said,
Grace,
"Oh."
it's them middle 2, them last 3, they just took a pink cane.
I know it, and I'm like, what the
Man,
hell?
like this.
That baby intrusive thoughts took over. He said, "Run!" He turned into a mother.
He said, you got 4 eyes.
He said, why am I feeling like this? I can't feel anything. Is this gonna last
forever?
Oh, that's so funny to me. I'm sorry.
Y'all
Y'all need to cut it out.
He said, "Run!" Oh, God.
Y'all old. Y'all acting like old ladies.
Oh, shoot. I literally
Oh.
can't breathe.
Don't
All
y'all
that
ever
junk
see it.
is
Y'all
so
know that
funny to
was
me.
funny.
That is so funny to me. I
That
mean,
poor
well,
baby.
the anesthesia is supposed to do what?
Put him to sleep.
Good night.